Reclaiming the Joy of Chilling Out, Finding Balance in an Efficiency-Obsessed World. The book Do Nothing was written specifically for people who are constantly trying to optimize and exploit every single second of their day to be productive. It's for the productivity addicts looking for a reason to slow down, the burnt-out employees grinding at work who desperately need strategies to decompress, and the working parents barely managing to find a moment of peace for themselves amidst the chaos. Are you too trapped in the loop of I always have to be the best version of myself? From pushing yourself to the limit at the gym to pulling all-nighters just to crunch numbers for a fast-paced startup, that's become the modern mantra. Do more, learn more, be more. But at what cost? Celeste Headlee, born December 30th, 1969, is an award-winning American radio journalist, author, and speaker on the art of communication. She is someone who truly understands the deep psychological and human aspects of our lives through her books and talks, always focusing on how we can get back to the core of human connection amidst all the digital noise. As the author points out with pinpoint accuracy, this endless chase for efficiency comes with a hefty price tag: our happiness, our peace of mind, and even our physical health. For years, society has glorified the hustle and the 24/7 grind. We've come to view productivity as the highest virtue and rest as laziness. The irony here, though, is that this race to maximize our potential has ultimately left us feeling empty, stressed, and completely unfulfilled. This isn't just about pointing out the problem, it's about mapping out a way to win back that precious thing we lost: the art of chilling out and truly connecting with the people around us. This isn't just a quick band-aid for burnout, it's a total rethink of our relationship with work, productivity, and most importantly, our free time. On this journey to finding balance, you'll discover the trap of chasing quality time with the people we love and what we should actually be aiming for instead. How a simple question can ruin your enjoyment of something as soul-stirring as music. The incredible power of the human voice in bonding us together in ways that technology and texting never could. Start this journey to untangle yourself from the tight grip of efficiency. Learn not just how to do nothing without the guilt, but how to find greater joy in life and a deeper connection to the world around you in those quiet moments. Discover the beauty of slowing down and the profound truth that sometimes the most productive thing you can do is enjoy doing absolutely nothing. Tracing the roots of our productivity obsession, a look back at history. Amidst all the noise today surrounding productivity hacks, grueling workout routines, and the endless list of skills we push our kids to master because they have to, it's crystal clear that we live in an era where being overworked and constantly busy is a status symbol. But the truth is, this frantic chase for efficiency isn't new. Its roots run deep in history, and it's the result of shifts that happened long ago that shape how we live and work today. The bottom line: our modern obsession with productivity has historical roots. You might be surprised to learn that the relentless grind we live through today would have seemed incredibly bizarre to, say, a medieval peasant. Unlike our jam-packed schedules, historical records show that our ancestors worked far fewer hours and had way more days off than we do today. So what changed? It all started with the Industrial Revolution, which triggered a massive shift. The introduction of hourly wages instead of getting paid per task completely flipped work culture on its head. It turned long hours into the standard, paving the way for the burnout epidemic we see today. In America, the concept of the American dream cemented this culture even further. The promise that hard work leads to success made people accept and even celebrate back-breaking work schedules. Unfortunately, this promise masks a harsh reality. The fruits of that labor rarely reach the workers themselves. While productivity has skyrocketed, workers' wages have barely kept pace with inflation, especially when compared to the astronomical salary hikes of top executives over the same period. On top of that, our hunger for productivity has been fueled by consumer culture. Clever marketing strategies learned how to play on our desires, convincing us that happiness is found in the next purchase, the latest trend, or the newest smartphone. This created a vicious cycle. We work longer hours to afford luxuries we've been convinced are essentials, trapping us on a hamster wheel of work to consume, and consume so you're forced to work. Understanding the historical path that brought us to this state of constant busyness gives us vital context. It reminds us that our obsession with productivity isn't just a personal habit. It's tied to larger social, economic, and historical forces that shape our lives. When we look back, we can start to chart a new path that values our mental well-being and genuine fulfillment, rather than an endless race for efficiency. Breaking free from the guilt of resting, enjoy your time without regret. Since the Industrial Revolution, a massive shift occurred not just in workplaces, but in the psychology of work and rest itself. The idea of tracking an employee by the hours they put in rather than the tasks they completed left a deep imprint on our collective consciousness. This change didn't just redefine work, it completely warped how we view and value our free time. The bottom line, the cult of efficiency has hardwired guilt into us when it comes to resting, making the idea of unplugging feel like a luxury we can't afford. Let's look at a fascinating study conducted by researchers at UCLA and the University of Toronto. In this experiment, they split participants into two groups, and both groups listened to the exact same piece of classical music. But there was one catch. They asked one group to calculate their hourly wage right before listening. The results were shocking. The people who linked their time to money and income found it incredibly difficult to enjoy the music. In fact, many of them just wished the piece would end quickly. What does this tell us? When our minds are constantly preoccupied with the financial value of time, free time becomes a source of guilt instead of a window for rest. This mindset has bled into our modern lives, making unplugging from work a real challenge, even during the times we're supposed to be relaxing. Work's invasion into our free time has become so widespread that researchers have termed it polluted time. Even though you are officially off the clock, your brain is still online, checking emails, answering work calls, and mulling over professional decisions. This blurring of boundaries, especially with flexible hour setups, has left many of us unable to tell where work ends and free time actually begins. The consequences of polluted time are serious. Genuine rest, unshadowed by work, is more than just a break. It is a fundamental building block for boosting your creativity, your productivity, and your mental health. Mothers and the double whammy of time pollution. While employees struggle with the crossover between work and home, mothers experience an even deeper, more complex layer of polluted time. For a mom, there are no official working hours that come to an end because the mental load stays active 24/7. The difficulty of unplugging. A mom might be sitting down to relax, but her brain is actively running a checklist for school supplies, practice schedules, and weekly meal planning. This makes her free time polluted not just by professional work, but by never-ending caregiving responsibilities. The guilt. This overlapping of roles makes a mom feel guilty if she focuses on work while with her kids, and equally guilty if she tries to step away and rest while looking at a mountain of household chores. The result, time loses its purity. There is no moment of complete stillness or total detachment, leaving mothers in a state of constant depletion because they are deprived of the quality rest the brain needs to restore its balance. The fallout of polluted time is nothing to brush off. True rest is essential for your well-being, and it even strengthens your immune system. On the flip side, relentlessly chasing extra work forces us to sacrifice our health and peace of mind for a marginal bump in income, a trade-off that is definitely not worth the stress and anxiety we live through. As we confront this heavy legacy from the Industrial Revolution and its tales of efficiency, it's time to reevaluate our free time. Overcoming the guilt of enjoying your time is essential, not just for your immediate happiness, but for maintaining your productivity and health in the long run. Embracing free time wholeheartedly and without regret isn't indulgence. It's a crucial step toward a balanced, meaningful life. The fine line between being good at work and personal life. We talked earlier about how the cult of efficiency changed the landscape of work, stole our moments of peace, and brought us to what we called polluted time. Someone might think the solution is simple. Hey everyone, just set clear boundaries between work and life. But the truth is, the problem goes much deeper, because the obsession with efficiency born in factories and corporations didn't just touch our schedules. It changed the very way we look at life itself. The bottom line, our drive for efficiency has forced its way into the most personal details of our private lives. Take, for instance, the term quality time, especially in the context of family. Dedicating valuable time to the people you love is a noble goal, but the term itself betrays an efficiency-obsessed mindset. It implies that we treat hanging out with family like a strategic plan, scheduling and organizing it to ensure we get the maximum possible benefit, exactly like managing a project at work. This perspective turns family life, which should be organic and spontaneous, into a series of managed events designed to give us the biggest impact in the shortest amount of time. Furthermore, societal values have shifted to glorify busyness, treating it as a badge of social honor. Historically, leisure and rest were the ultimate proof of wealth and high status. Today, though, the script has flipped. The person with a jam-packed, meeting-stuffed schedule, especially college-educated professionals working over 40 hours a week, is the one seen as successful and driven. This isn't just a theoretical idea. We see it every day on social media, where people race to post their endless achievements and non-stop hustle, as if running on a hamster wheel has become a medal of honor everyone craves. This blurring of the lines between being successful at work and successful in life forces us to ask tough questions about our values and the true meaning of satisfaction. When our personal achievements and the time spent with our kids are subjected to metrics of productivity and efficiency, where is there room for the simple joys of life, the things we do just for the sake of living? As we try to make sense of this mess, the real challenge isn't just how to manage our time, but how to redefine what valuable time actually means, and ultimately, what life means. The cost of efficiency, when we lose the core of human connection. Once upon a time, before the massive migration to urban areas brought on by the Industrial Revolution, most people lived in small, tightly knit communities. The social design of that era was tailor-made to satisfy the human need for deep connection, from close circles of friends to neighbors and acquaintances whose faces were familiar to everyone. Today, however, there is a glaring void where those strong relationships used to be. Technological advancement and our endless chase for efficiency have dismantled the rich interactions of the real world. As a result, we've fallen into a strange paradox. Even though we are connected to thousands of people online, there is a profound absence of deep, authentic relationships, and this gap comes with serious consequences. The bottom line: our insatiable desire for efficiency is eating away at the depth of our human connections, and this loss is far more than just emotional deprivation. Loneliness isn't just a feeling. Its effects take a toll on our health and longevity, increasing the risks of severe conditions like heart disease. This isn't just a guess, it's a reality caused by the absence of real social support, the kind that anchored our ancestors through life. If we look closer, there is a massive difference between digital communication and the irreplaceable power of the human voice. The workplace is where this stands out the most. Emails and instant messages have become the default because they are quick, easy, and leave a paper trail, seemingly perfect tools for a fast-paced work environment. But what are we sacrificing for this efficiency? The human voice, with its varied tones and ability to convey emotion, has an incredible power to bridge distances and bring people together. This isn't just a warm sentiment. Research confirms the power of auditory communication. One study revealed that when opinions are spoken aloud, people receive them with significantly more empathy and understanding compared to reading the exact same text. In another stunning experiment using functional MRI fMRI scans, researchers found that simply listening to a story causes the brain waves of the listener to synchronize with those of the storyteller, a phenomenon they called neural coupling or a meeting of minds. These facts highlight a bittersweet reality. The pursuit of efficiency, while providing convenience, inadvertently strips away the essence of human interaction. No digital innovation can replace the emotional resonance we feel when hearing the voice of someone we love or when sharing a story face to face. In our quest to streamline our lives and make them faster, we might be winning the battle against time, but we are definitely losing the war for meaningful human connection. The hazards of comparison, staying grounded in the social media age. In the maze of modern life, social media acts like a double-edged sword, guiding us, yet simultaneously trapping us in a loop of self-doubt and discontent. It has become the grand stage where we display every task completed, every milestone reached, and every moment of joy for the whole world to see. But here's the catch. Social media isn't just a platform to broadcast our own wins. It drowns us in a sea of everyone else's updates, dragging us into never-ending comparisons. The bottom line: social media has made the art of comparison effortless and constant, tempting us to enter an exhausting, ongoing race over who is more productive and efficient. This digital age phenomenon preys on a deeply rooted aspect of human nature, our innate tendency to measure our lives against those around us. While comparison itself is nothing new, its scale and reach have exploded with social media. In the past, our circle of competition was limited to a few neighbors or co-workers, just keeping up with the Joneses next door. Today, however, our benchmarks for comparison can be anyone from a high school classmate who constantly travels, to celebrities and tech moguls living on an entirely different planet. As we scroll through their carefully curated, filtered photos, it's incredibly easy to fall into the trap of feeling like our own lives are lacking or just not enough. This comparison can discourage us, planting the seed that we aren't measuring up and that our lives lack the glamour and achievements we see from afar. The irony is that the photos and updates we compare ourselves to are almost always selectively presented. They showcase the moments of victory and success while keeping the struggles and failures behind the scenes. The bottom line: small, intentional changes to our daily routines can help us slow down and significantly improve the quality of our lives. One of the biggest hurdles we face is the illusion of time. Even though we constantly feel busy and overwhelmed, the truth is that many of us have a distorted view of how much time we actually spend working, driven by societal pressure and personal biases. This skewed perspective doesn't just impact our peace of mind, it also hinders our ability to make wise, self-compassionate decisions. So how do we reset our relationship with time? The most important step is to increase our awareness of how we actually spend our hours. Interestingly, research shows that people who have a better grasp of their time experience lower stress levels and spend less time on passive activities like mindless TV watching or scrolling through social media. This awareness is what opens the door to genuine relaxation, the kind that truly feeds the soul and recharges the mind. How to apply this wisdom to your life? Keep an activity log, write down everything you do during the day, no matter how small. The goal isn't to police your productivity, but to honestly understand where your time goes. Map out your ideal day. Once you see where your time goes, design a blueprint for your day where stillness and relaxation are core, valued components, not just wasted time. Schedule time for nothing. Give yourself the luxury of doing absolutely nothing, entirely free of guilt or anxiety. This journey towards stillness isn't just about reclaiming lost hours, it's about rediscovering the richness of life once we break free from the shackles of productivity. When we welcome moments of quiet and reflection, we open the door to a life filled with contentment, creativity, and deeper connections with everyone around us. Real change begins when we understand that rest is not wasted time. Rest is the space where your mind innovates, and it's what allows you to return to your work and your home truly re-energized, rather than operating like a machine following orders. Spontaneity beats a schedule. Not every outing or gathering needs to be meticulously planned to be perfect. The randomness and laughter that come without a script are what create real memories. Your value is not tied to your output. Your worth exists inherently, even if today you decide to do absolutely nothing at all. In the end, do nothing isn't an invitation to be lazy. It's an invitation to live. It calls on us to break the chains that bind us to the productivity hamster wheel, so we can reclaim our time, our peace, and our joy in living once again. I hope you enjoyed this summary. See you in the next video with a new book summary.